It's interesting how one of the biggest scandals of July just seemingly disappeared because, well, I guess the person at the center of the controversy ended up checking off enough of the correct boxes from the people that would normally raise the requisite amount of stink about it because, okay, cool. On one hand, you have the MrBeast stuff, which will, because there's been another development in that, which we'll get to in a timely fashion. And then you also have the Dr. Disrespect stuff, which happened in on and around the same time. And he continues to get stick, even though what has been confirmed in his scenario looks nothing even close to what has happened over there with the Kris Tyson stuff. But one's getting a lot of heat still to this day, and the other one just seemingly is allowed to skate. Strange. It's very strange. So, one of the few ways, because I haven't seen any sponsors or affiliates shy away from MrBeast. In fact, hell, he just launched a new toy line. He's continued to chug out content on a regular basis, but how many subscribers has he lost? And this is just going to go ahead and show the disconnect between anything that happens on Twitter as opposed to what happens on other platforms. Just really entrenching the idea that Twitter is not real life. What goes viral over there is kind of siloed on that platform. To the same extent, if something goes viral over on Instagram, I'm not too sure about the crossover if something goes viral on Facebook, because that too is also a different demographic, but that's a whole other kettle of fish. All we can say for sure is that, yeah, trying to meme something on Twitter, on X, yeah, it doesn't end up translating to real life changes, so that's both a boom and a bust, depending on how you want to look at it. YouTuber James MrBeast Donaldson has been under a lot of scrutiny in recent controversies, but is he losing subscribers due to the accusations? Once considered YouTube's golden creator, still is. Thanks to his philanthropic efforts, MrBeast has been hit hard with allegations after fans started digging more into his private life. Once he claimed he wasn't aware of Chris with a K, Kris with the C, Tyson's behavior. Since then, former employees have come forward, both accusing him of faking giveaways, fixing his contestants, treating people badly during his TV show tapings, and even torturing some video participants, as MrBeast has started deleting comments as far as I can see, sending out cease and desists, and doing brand damage control. How has the YouTube star fared with fans? So is MrBeast losing subscribers? Sort of. MrBeast still has over 310 million subscribers, and that's just on his official channel, which still has him as a record-breaking subscriber count. His channel hasn't been growing at the same rate that it has before the controversy. He has had 12 million fewer subscribers than in previous months, meaning that he's also made almost $700,000 less last month and saw 153 million fewer views. Yeah, because he hasn't put out one of his big, I dug water wells in Africa, built a bunch of houses in Guam, cured space cancer. Like, he hasn't put out one of those videos, probably because he's kind of waiting for this to blow over, that there's another big controversy that's out there on the horizon, so he could just stealth drop a video. People get upset because he's not letting the government solve people's problems, that he's doing the things that all of those lefties would normally want billionaires to do. And as somebody who's, I would imagine, when you take into consideration the entirety of the business, well over $1 billion right there, he's actually walking the walk and instead of just simply talking the talk. So yeah, if he continues on this trajectory, even updates like this, okay, Kris Tyson's partners leaked messages confirmed as real, as he apologized to the alleged Kris Tyson SA victim Jess for misspeaking in the leaked messages, because he can go ahead and say, oh yeah, no, Kris and I, yeah, we separated, okay, he's no longer affiliated with the brand, I'm out here too busy buying an entire abandoned neighborhood for the homeless. The apology was allegedly sent directly to DMs to Jess, the alleged victim. Barrett and Jess have since resolved their dispute, with Jess asking people to move on. And see, that's what happens here. The leaked messages, which we reported the other day, Drama Alert did, see the quote, describes MrBeast's alleged reaction during the Kris Tyson allegation from Kris's partner's perspective. And yeah, this gets, reasonably graphic, and I think we touched on this beforehand. This is the other trans individual that Kris got a job working for MrBeast, and then things ended up falling through because Kris kept asking for specific types of compensation, if we want to go that direction, and this Moose Kina was holding up their side of the bargain, but Kris, yeah, wasn't exactly a good faith participant. And I'll link out to this post right here if you want to read through all of this, because yeah, it's pretty fantastic. And how many words that they need to just, simply get to the point. I won't bore everybody with, reciting all of that stuff. But long story short, Kris Tyson's partner leaked response to drama has surfaced online. These messages were allegedly sent to mods in Discord and then leaked online via anonymous accounts. So yeah, there's going to be more stuff coming out about Kris Tyson, about how much of a creep, and hopefully there's some either charges or justice or something concrete that happens, because yeah, Kris seems like a complete and total scumbag. But even still, all of the access to all of these people was in fact made possible because Kris worked for MrBeast, and as such there's still going to be some blowback, but Jimmy has of course navigated this stuff expertly, if we're being completely honest. But we all know that his name is forever going to be tarnished by this affiliation, even if it's just on Twitter, even if it's just by people in the know. Hence why he has to hire a PR firm to try to spin this stuff, which is probably why one of those big videos hasn't dropped yet, because he's got to figure out exactly what to do. It's just all the places that you can go. MrBeast has reportedly hired the same lawyer as Harvey Weinstein. I guess if you want to go for somebody who has a lot of knowledge of the situation, you go in that direction. Very strange. Very strange. Fans are starting to worry that MrBeast is truly guilty. Yeah. I mean, it's not the best look that's out there, but it's definitely one that you can go for. Thinking that in general, you're going to be bulletproof, because, okay, for as public as the Kris accusations and the confirmations have been, him hiring a PR group, yeah, that's not anywhere going to be nearly as promoted, mostly because, reasonable people are going to go, yeah, okay, cool, it's a lawyer. Lawyers work with scummy people all the time. We get it. There's some moderate takes that can be had out there. And that also, it's their responsibility to rehabilitate anybody's public image. So yeah, it's funny to make the connection. Is it going to have any long-lasting effects? Yeah, I mean, come on. As the controversies have continued to pile up, Jimmy MrBeast Donaldson has reportedly hired a prominent lawyer that has left some people feeling he's guilty. Over the past few months, the streaming community has been scrutinizing MrBeast. Former employees have shared concerning accusations, including, yes, faking giveaway, hiring interesting people, Delaware shout out, and torturing video participants. As the allegations continue, MrBeast has possibly hired a lawyer that is rubbing the content creation community the wrong way. YouTuber and entertainer Rosanna Pansino, Nerdy Nummies. God damn it, man. I remember when she was the side piece of StarCraft creator. Anyways, has been following the MrBeast mess from the start. Yeah, because she also made an accusation when she was a part of I think it was the 100 YouTubers in a box for charity or something like that, saying that the MrBeast staff took all the women's underwear. It's like, okay. In fact, she has been one of the first people to accuse him of faking challenge videos, pointing out on the H3H3 podcast that she had won a game, but the video showed MrBeast friends, including Logan Paul, getting the prize money for first place. She later reported on MrBeast's Netflix show. I thought it was an Amazon show. Anyways, claiming that she got letters from participants who claimed that they weren't being treated fairly and that the show is rigged and unfair. Rigged. Lots of rigging going on. Now, Pansino has tweeted that MrBeast hired Matthew Hillick's crisis management company. Hiltick started his PR career at Weinstein's Miramax and now represents politicians and Hollywood A-listers. A lot of fans took MrBeast's alleged hiring of Hiltzik as a sign of guilt, or at least fear. Well, yeah, it was probably also recommended to him by his own law team to get a PR team, because at the end of the day, this isn't just simply a YouTube channel. This isn't a content creator. He's no longer a businessman. He is a businessman. MrBeast has hired Matthew Hiltzick's crisis management company. Yeah, Matt began his PR career at Weinstein's Miramax. Hiltzick is a lawyer and publicist who represents politicians and Hollywood figures, as reported by Pansino. Pansino then claims that Hiltzick's first move with MrBeast was to have him leak an email. This, as she said, was the attempt to rebuild MrBeast's image. We went over that quote-unquote leaked email. It's like, wow, that seems like, wow, Jimmy's taking this seriously and he's already implementing changes. Boy, is he on the right track. Yeah, seems to check out there. The email was written by MrBeast and directed to his team, stating that he had hired a law firm team, Quinn Emanuel, to investigate the Ava Tyson allegations and additionally to do an assessment of our internal culture in the email. MrBeast claims that the investigation is not complete, but he's learned enough to make several changes. Yeah, we went over all of that, so need not tread over that well-worn ground. Pansino's accusations were met with a doubt from some MrBeast fans because they are zealots. Oh, buddy, are they? Many have continued to call her out for being salty after she lost the challenge video. Yeah, but she's also incredibly successful. She doesn't really need somebody's handouts, okay? But others have agreed with her investigation into MrBeast, pointing out that the letter, yeah, it was a bit strategic, okay? And the fact that, you know, he had such an official leak when you have a ready supply of other types of leaks. So yeah, it does seem just a little bit too perfect in this situation, which has kind of been MrBeast since the beginning of this situation. And even beforehand, everything seemed just a little bit too squeaky clean. So that's why this situation is so interesting. Why it will continue to evolve, but will it have real world knock-on effects? Don't know for sure, but it'll be really interesting to see. And I think we'll have, if we're going to be having any other deleterious developments, will more than likely coincide with Dr. Disrespect and whatever he does. So I'll be waiting on that one and to be checking in with what MrBeast is doing. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.